Good morning, children. Today we are going to study the natural vegetation and wildlife of India. Now here we are going to see the type of forests that we have in India. Okay, so the types of forests are evergreen forests, deciduous forests, thorny shrubs, Himalayan forests and coastal forests. Okay, so this index will show you the type of forests that we have in India. Okay, so looking at that, you find evergreen forests are usually found along the foothill zone of India. In India, we find along the foothill zone of the Himalayas, the northeastern parts. That is we have the hills of the Purvachal. Okay, then along the western Ghats, in the west, along the western coastline. Okay, then a majority of forests that we find are mostly deciduous type. Okay, then if you look at say Jammu and Kashmir and even the western part of the desert, that we have the hot deserts and we have the cold desert in Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, and then in Rajasthan, here you find the conditions are either very hot or even very cold for any type of vegetation. Okay, if you take Jammu and Kashmir, for example, the temperature may go even below, say, minus 40 degrees centigrade when the ground gets covered with snow and when no vegetation is possible. Okay, so let's continue with this. Okay, so based on the map, we are going to answer some questions. Which forests are found in the western snow-capped region? Okay, so we have the snow-capped region. Okay, so we have the this is the Himalayan region. So we have the Himalayan forests. Okay, then on which coast you find mainly coastal vegetation? Okay, so look at the index here. There's a coastal vegetation. This blue in color. So where do you find coastal vegetation? Most of the coastal vegetation you find in the eastern coast of India. Okay, some of them a bit you can find here, but you find mainly you have coastal vegetation on the eastern coastal plains. Okay, that is on the eastern coast of India. We find coastal vegetation. Which type of forests occupy maximum area in India? So, now maximum area you'll find, this is the green color. Okay, so you'll find here, okay, that is the deciduous forest. So maximum area in India is covered by deciduous forests. Fourth one, which forests are found at the western coast of India? Okay, so along the western coast of India, very simple. What is that? It is the evergreen forests. Okay, so evergreen forests are found on the western coast of India. Which forests are found in Arunachal Pradesh? Okay, again, see, look at this here. Okay, so what is this type of forest again? This green color is evergreen. Okay, so in Arunachal Pradesh also we have evergreen forests. Name the regions where no forest type is found. Okay, so look at that. Okay, we don't have any forests here. That is on the western part of India, that is the parts of Rajasthan and even the Himalayan region. Okay, that is in the higher altitudes of the Himalayas. Okay, that is in regions of Rajasthan as well as Jammu and Kashmir, no forests can be found. Okay, so now we are going to study the types of forests found in India. Okay, the first type we are going to study about is the evergreen forests. Now, evergreen forests are usually found in regions which receive more than 2000 millimeters of rainfall and where there is abundant sunlight. Okay, since these receive plenty of rainfall, we find the trees are always green. In other words, there's no definite time for shedding of the leaves. The leaves are broad. And what about the wood? The wood is very hard, it is heavy and durable. Okay, so examples of trees found in the evergreen forests are mahogany, rosewood, rubber. Apart from that, we also have many creepers which can be seen growing uh, from the floor of these forests. And we find the highest biodiversity of trees are found in these forests. We find many species of trees can be seen in these forests. Now next is deciduous forests. Now as we have already seen from the map, maximum forests in India are of deciduous variety. Deciduous trees are usually found in regions which receive about 1000 millimeters to 2000 millimeters. And these trees usually shed their leaves at the onset of the dry season, that is, say, as soon as winter, as soon as, winter from one season to the other. That is, with the onset of the spring season, as soon as winter ends, at the same time, when with the onset of winter season, that is when autumn ends. So you find trees shed their leaves in order to prevent the loss of water due to evaporation. And trees like teak, banyan, bamboo, peepal, and then tamarind, etc., are the trees found in deciduous forests. Then we come to thorny shrub type vegetation. Now these types of this type of vegetation is found in regions which receive about 500 millimeters of rainfall. These regions experience extremes in climate. Okay, the summers are very very hot and temperature can go beyond say 48 degree to 50 degrees centigrade, and hence we find summers are very very dry and they have long periods of summer, and hence you find uh, trees are adapted to suit these extremes of temperature. So the leaves are mostly reduced into spines, and hence we find at the same time the leaves are also very very small, that is to prevent the loss of water due to again evaporation. Examples of trees found here are catechu, acacia, kejari, cactus, that is a variety of cactus, etc. Okay. Another important thing that is found here with respect to its root is the roots of these plants are very, very long. Okay. So that, in order to tap the groundwater. Okay. Then what about the stem? As I said, the stem is flattened and green, and the leaves are reduced into spines. Okay. The next is coastal vegetation. Coastal vegetation is usually found along the coastal regions, as we had just seen. Along the eastern coast of India, we find where, in the delta regions, okay, where you find it is marshy and swampy. And even it can be seen in along estuaries and lagoons. Here you find the soil is saline and the climate is also very moist. Coastal vegetation is also called as mangroves, and in India we have coastal vegetation all along the coastal regions, along the eastern as well as western coast. Okay, and it's also found in the Sundarbans Delta. Now, trees found in this type of region, that is a swampy and marshy region, are usually oily, light, and durable. The wood is oily, light, and durable. Okay. Then, another important feature of these trees is that, there are plenty. If you take screw pine, okay, then you have casuarina, etc. You find this these have certain stilt roots, okay, which help them to fix them in the ground because of the marshy nature of the soil. Okay. Then next is Himalayan forests. Now, Himalayan forests can be classified into three based upon the altitude. Okay, so in the higher altitudes, that is above say 3,000 meters, we find only seasonally flowering trees, because in winters you find the ground gets covered with snow. Okay, so you find during the brief period, we find only seasonally flowering trees. Then just a bit down in the middle region, that is the middle altitude, we have coniferous forests or coniferous trees, for example, like pine, deodar, fir, etc. And along the foothills zone of the Himalayas, mixed type of forests can be found, which includes both coniferous as well as deciduous varieties. And here we have more proportion of sal trees can be found. Okay, now sal tree, the wood of sal is used for making railway slippers. Okay, then let us come to wildlife. Now, India has many species of animals. Okay, India is known for its tigers, the lions, the elephants, the one-horned rhino. Okay, then the yaks. Okay, so we have many varieties and many species of animals found in India. Elephants are found in the hot and humid forests. Okay, and in the swampy regions of Assam, we have the one-horned rhino. Okay, yak is found in the snow-capped regions of the Himalayas. And in south, that is the peninsular region, we have bisons, the deer, antelopes, monkeys, etc. Okay, then donkeys and camels can be seen in the desert regions. Okay, and India is the only country where we have lions and tigers. Okay, then along the rivers, the estuaries, we can find turtles, crocodiles, and gharials. Birds like the peacock, then we have the other varieties like many peacocks, etc. Okay, can be found along the wetlands and forests of India. Okay, so but we find that due to poaching, pollution, as well as cutting down of the forests, okay, due to increase in urbanization, we find many of these species of wildlife is almost on the verge of extinction. Okay, for example, the lions, the percentage, the population of tigers and lions way on a decline. Okay, but the Indian government saw to it that it set up many national parks and sanctuaries as well as bioreserves to protect this wildlife. Okay, so we have many wildlife sanctuaries. For example, we have the Kaziranga National Park in Assam, which is devoted to the one-horned rhino as well as elephants. Okay, then we have the Gir forests, which are known for its lions. Okay, then Ranthambore, where we have tigers. Okay, so we have set up many national parks and sanctuaries for preservation as well as protection of our wildlife and forests in India. So, because of all these, the preventive measures, we have been able to, there has been a remarkable increase in these animals in India. Okay, now, um, here we are going to do a match the following. Okay, so this is just the type of question that you can expect in your semester. Okay, then the next class, most in the next session, most probably I'll be discussing your paper pattern also. Okay, so here we are going to match these. Okay, we have got two columns, column A and column B. Okay, so let's see the first one. We have evergreen forest. Okay, so we have got four options here. You're going to choose the correct answer, and you're going to tick the correct one. Okay, so evergreen forest, we have mangroves, pine, pau Brazil, and teak. Okay, so which is the correct answer? Okay, the correct answer is pau Brazil. You're going to take pau Brazil. Okay, the second one, deciduous forest. So what's the answer? Mangroves, pine, pau Brazil, teak. So what's the correct answer? It is teak. Okay, third one, coastal forests. We have mangroves, pine, pau Brazil, and teak. So, coastal forests, the correct answer is mangroves. Fourth one, Himalayan forests. We have mangroves, pine, pau Brazil, and teak. The correct answer is pine. So, children, this is a type that you can expect in your exam. Okay, so go through the lessons properly, study well. Okay, thank you, children.